So it's a great segue because you know what I realized last night is I realized one of the mistakes that I've made a lot of times year after year is and this is why this vision movie is so important. And why, really getting clear on what you want is so important, right? Because a lot of times, like, especially as a busy mom, and this is for busy dads, busy entrepreneurs, whoever you are, one of the things I realized I would do is I would be so focused on like visualizing what I wanted the business to look like, right? Like, oh, I want this many customers. I want to have this many business partners. I want to make this much money, and this is what it's going to look like. And I was really good with visualizing that, but what did I forget to do? I forgot to visualize like what reward I was going to get for building that business, like going to Jamaica, right? Traveling to Italy, taking my family, to Florida for the holidays, and going to Bali. But I really, really want to take my family to Bali. So Bali, I'm not even saying it right? That's how bad I need to go. So we have to remember to do that. And that can be really, really hard, especially when we're just getting started, when we're kind of that one-man show. Maybe we don't have that team like GC yet, right? But we should be envisioning the team, because the team is going to be that's what's going to get us, to that next level. So anyway, just a reminder I kind of hit on it yesterday, but don't be afraid with your goal setting. And Andrea, this is why I want you to get your hands on her part 1, because one of the things she had us do was she went through these prompts. What do you want this to look like, right? What trips do you want to take? What do you want to go shopping for? What are the different components to the business, right? Maybe it's a team, maybe it's a certain system, maybe it's a certain tool, maybe it's, a new office space, or a new home office space, or a redone office space. All those things, we've got to visualize those things. So that's why I'm so excited about this vision movie, because you're really going to be able to actually like see yourself there with these green screen effects and things like that. But I just wanted to remind you, sometimes we're so focused on what we want like the business to look like, but let's remember there's the business is, that's not the reward, right? The reward is the freedom that we get with our family, or to travel, or the maybe some material things that you want, or just that feeling of accomplishment, or whatever it is. So that's just something I know that I've made the mistake of having that tunnel vision on just the business. Don't be afraid to think beyond that. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let's get into it. And I am so excited everyone's here. Am I sharing the right screen? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second, you guys, while I get this. Okay, all right, so, there's the first one. Welcome. Okay, so we're gonna make this vision movie today, and my screencast, my screen mirroring is working. So if you've already heard this last night, just bear with me while I go through this. I wanted to start off with what you'll walk away from after our time together today. Here's the agenda. I'm going to go over why TikTok. We're going to talk about a really important word, focus, creating, and that can be hard, right? Especially with social media. Creating your vision movie, and I'm going to give you a bonus how I grew to 1K on TikTok in less than 30 days. So first of all, okay, let's jump right in. And I know some of you heard this last night, but just bear with me while I go over this for anyone that did not hear it and for the recording. So why TikTok? Well, I was thinking the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, this is vision board season, right? And 2020 in some people's book was the worst year ever, right? I'm still holding firm that, there were good parts to it. We got to find the good. I'm a forever optimist. I know it can be really annoying, but I sometimes get annoyed at myself. But we got to find the good, right? So I'm like, wait a second. Let's leave vision boards in the past and let's do a vision movie, because what we're going to be able to do is create it in TikTok. That's going to hone our TikTok skills. And I know a lot of people are struggling with that first piece of content on TikTok, or that next piece of content. And I was like, okay, this could be someone's epic first piece of content to create their account. So anyway, that's why, if you're wondering, like, what do vision boards and vision movies have to do with TikTok? That was my thinking, my crazy thinking. So if you don't know about TikTok yet, if you're one of those people that I see in all the groups that I'm part of, that's like, TikTok is, just a copy of Instagram. It's just not. It is the #1 platform. There's 500 million active users on the platform monthly. And, I said last night, and I'll say it again, because I think it's kind of catchy. We know that numbers, right? Facts tell and stories sell. And so I really want to sell anyone who's not already sold on why TikTok is the #1 platform. Okay. And I'm going to do that with a feel good story. I want to share with you Kara's story. She's one of my amazing clients. And she said, TikTok really makes me proud and happy and it just makes me enjoy being a part of a social media community again, right? Because we know Facebook has gotten, I don't know about you all, but like, I was really jazzed in the beginning, and it just started to get monotonous. And when anything ever gets monotonous in my life, that's when I shut down. I don't know about you. So TikTok was like a breath of fresh air, and it's truly a creator's platform. It is this epic app where you can literally edit on the app, shoot content, DM, follow up, engage. You can do giveaways. You can do anything right on the app. Whereas, with YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, sometimes you got to go off the app, right? You have to go off the Facebook app to go to the Messenger app, right? Unless you're on your desktop, but it's clunky and it's hard to use. So anyway, I just love this TikTok app. So I hope you're sold. It's not for 18 to 25-year-olds. I saw that comment the other day in one of the groups. It's for everyone. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite people on TikTok. I'm actually going to show you their accounts, and I encourage you to find your favorites. Start off with the ones that I like and go from there, right? But one of the things that I shared last night was there's this man. It's actually a man and his wife. He's called the Introverted Millionaire. I'll show you his account in just a second. Actually, can I do this? I don't think I can share my phone screen while maybe I can. Hold on. Let me show you his account real quick. He's called the Introverted Millionaire, and he's, I don't know, maybe 45, 50, probably a little bit older. And he goes on, and he's incredible. I'm going to show you his account right now. He's incredible. He literally is a multimillionaire. He does construction, he does real estate. And here, let me show you. Oh, what's that? And there he is. There he is. Okay, the introvert millionaire, excuse me. And, his videos are all about, look at this one, how to make extra money right now, right? He talks about visualization. He talks about, gratitude. He talks about systems and real estate. He's really cool. He's not in the 18 to 25 age range. And there are tons of people like this in your niche, right? Creating content that's not dance videos. It's not just dance videos. You can literally create whatever kind of content you see in your mind, and you can do it right on the app. How cool is that? One of the things he does is he goes live. We're going to talk about going live here at the end. He goes live with his girlfriend, who's an empath. And they talk about their favorite books, they give recommendations, they answer questions. And I've gotten to know this amazing couple from California that I never would have gotten to know, right? Had it not been for TikTok. And so I love that. Okay, so anyway, back to the slides. So I hope I've sold you that it's not just for 18 to 25-year-olds. It's not just for dance videos. It's the app. So, okay, let's get into the vision movie making. Okay. So and I'm gonna show you some of the features that I love to use every day. I'm gonna show you some of the techniques, and I'm so excited that I can share my phone screen because it wasn't working last night with me holding the phone up, like with the glare, trying to show you. It was a disastrous. Okay, but I love this quote. Your mind must arrive at your destination before your life does, right? So think of that, right? We've got to be, I mean, last night I was lying in bed and thinking about Jamaica, right? I really want to get back there. I love Jamaica. It's the land of wood and water. It's beautiful. St. Catherine, St. Elizabeth. I don't like to go to the resorts. I like to go outside of the resorts. Yes, I know I'm crazy, but it's very safe. I did get robbed one time I was there, but you know what? I went 5 times. I got robbed once. So I feel like that's a good ratio, right? But I was thinking about it last night, and I got a picture off of Instagram to kind of like trip my memory to be like, okay, yes, this is where I want to be when I work hard and develop the systems and, you know, do the DMO every day. This is where I'm going to be able to go. So I just want to make sure, I'm sure you guys have got it. And I'm just the only one who forgets to like visualize beyond what you want the business to look like. But I just want to make sure you're not making the same mistake I was making all these years, just visualizing the business and not the reward for building the business. Okay, so focus. We just want to talk about this for a second because someone said something when we were introducing one another. I forget who, maybe it was Mel, and you said something about just becoming, how you had transformed into someone completely different, right? And so sometimes in the day-to-day, especially in lockdown, how many of you all are in a lockdown situation? It can be hard to kind of like break the routine and get outside of just like the monotony. And so one of the things that I do is like I put on an alter ego. I know this sounds a little crazy, and it might be. I might be absolutely out of my mind, but it helps me because if I don't do this, I struggle to get my DMO done. So just as an example, what I'll do is when I'm doing my prospecting, I follow someone named John Melton, and his energy is like off the charts. Okay. So when I do my prospecting, when I go to do that, I get out of like everything that's going on in my mind with the kids and the craziness and the, you know, all of that. You know what I'm talking about, whether you're a guy or a girl or a mom or not. And I pretend that I'm John Melton, the female version of John Melton. And I'm like, you know, doing my reach outs and doing my prospecting. And it just gets me like into a different state, right? Tony Robbins always talks about the importance of changing your state. So we really got to make sure that we're focused, right? In 2021 to make sure, because I know we all have really big goals. So one of the 3 things, time management, prioritization, and then I have a third bonus tip. These are all so important components to focus. I want you to become the king or queen of time management. So like, what would that look like if you were crowned the Queen Kelsey, the queen of time management, King Jose, the king of time management? Like, what would that look like? I want you to visualize that and then go do it, right? No more of, you know, we're not going to get distracted. We're not going to say yes to things that aren't going to move us closer to our vision. I heard somebody say the other day, it either takes you closer to your vision or further away from your vision. So before you say yes to something, think, is it going to take me closer or further away? And you're not being selfish. You're not being selfish by saying no. Because if you don't say no, what will happen is next year, you're going to be sitting right here, your goal's not accomplished, thinking, wow, I said yes to a lot of things that would help other people's vision go forward, but not things that helped my vision go forward. Trust me, I've done it. So make sure
Oh my God.
bless you, make sure that you're, that everything that you're saying yes to is taking you closer to your vision, okay? That doesn't mean that we can't uplift others. It doesn't mean that we can't support others. There's a time and a place for that, right? So become the king or queen of time management. Prioritization, so important. This goes along with yes and no and eating the frog, right? Getting the most important thing done first thing in the morning. Even though I'm a night owl, how many of you all are morning people? Put it in the comments. I'm raising my hand. I'm not a morning person. I am totally a night person. If you're a night person, put night in the comments. I'm the night person. But still, I understand that's all fine and dandy. But in order for me to succeed, I can create content at night, but I've got to do some things in the morning to move my business forward. So if getting up, I loved this quote, if getting up 30 minutes earlier to pursue your God-sized or giant dream seems overwhelming, you've either got the wrong dream or you're just pretending to have one. Hashtag boss up. Okay, what are you going to sacrifice this year? I'm going to get really real and raw with you guys. Right before this, I've been in a relationship for 4 years, okay, with someone, right before, and I knew, in my feeling, like in my gut, I was like, I can't bring this into 2021. You know, I had that feeling. And this can be for business things, relationship things. And I got confirmation of it literally a couple hours before this event. And I was like in tears. But I was like, you know what? I can't bring it into 2021. And I bossed up and I made sure everything was right for this to show up for you guys. At first I was like, oh, I'm going to cancel it. I don't, no, right? But prioritize. What are you going to sacrifice in 2021 to make your goals come a reality? Listen to your gut. Your gut knows. Meditate, pray, take time for that. And remember, is it taking you closer or is it taking you further away? Are you pouring your energy into something that's taking you closer or further away? Okay, and then the third bonus when it comes to focus is no drifting. Because one of the major objections I hear to people getting on social media, but especially TikTok, they're like, well, I can't get on TikTok. I've heard it's a giant time suck. And it is. We talked about this last night, right? It totally is. But that's why you've got a DMO. And that's why if you have never read Outwitting the Devil, read the book. It's incredible. It talks about drifting. We don't just drift on social media and get lost in the scroll. We drift in other ways in our life. Netflix is a huge one, right? But there's other things. There's relationships, there's habits, there's mindsets that allow us to drift. So no drifting in 2021. I've got a DMO and I shared it last night. I'll share it again really quick. This is how I stay focused when I go on social media. I carve out the time, right? So first of all, like I know every day at 11 a.m. I'm going on social media on Facebook for my DMO. My TikTok DMO, I do it a little bit later. So I've got that time blocked off and I'll do my follow-ups. I'll do my ask. I'll create my piece of content. In my case, I'm working on posting my 1,000 videos. So I do 3 pieces of content, which we're going to talk about. And I also expand my list. And I do a little bonus time where I love on other people's stuff and I get inspiration. So that's all time blocked off. Now, what if something comes up and my DMO gets thrown off, right? There's an emergency in the middle of my DMO. Well, I go in my Google Calendar and any time left in my DMO that I need to complete, I move it up to say like 6 p.m. after dinner, right? So I compensate the time somewhere else in the day to make sure I get that DMO complete. But no matter what, I'm going to get that DMO complete before my head hits the pillow. So do you see how that doesn't really leave a lot of time for drifting and getting caught in the scroll? Okay. So, when you get focused on your dream, don't just drink the Kool-Aid, swim in it. In other words, pour yourself into your dreams and become the best in your field. And Grant Cardone said that, and he is such a great inspiration, such a great example for us. And you know what I love about Grant Cardone? I'm sure you guys appreciate this as well. Not only does he have the business, but he has the lifestyle, right? He has the lifestyle. I mean, I saw him over Christmas posting about his like new holster. And of course, everybody in the comments was like, he doesn't know how to hold a gun. I'm like, listen, he doesn't need to know how to hold a gun. He has security guards for that, okay? But it's like, there's always going to be haters, but I love him. And one thing I really love about him is his team, the team that he's surrounded himself with, right? Because how does Grant Cardone get all that amazing content out? It's not him doing it, right? It's his team. So if that's what you want, make that part of your vision, right? Okay, we're going to get into this in just a second. So creating your personal vision movie. So go ahead and right now, if you haven't downloaded the TikTok app, just go into your app store and download it really quick. And go ahead and open it up for me. And let's see. Okay. Okay. Open it up. We did this last night, I know, but just go ahead, open it. Sometimes an ad pops up. You'll see in the top right-hand corner, you can just skip it. And
I want to know who sees my TikToks. So,
you know, just get yourself familiar, right? For some of you, you're going to be like, I already know this, but just bear with me for anybody that doesn't know. Everything is right there in front of you. And I am going to share my screen, but I have a couple more things I want to go over. Actually, you know what? We've got time. Just give me a second. I really want you guys to get this and see this. Plus, I'm like pretty proud of myself that I figured out how to do this. Of course, here's my favorite, John and Nadia. Okay. By the way, that's a good tip. If you ever want to pause a video, or, you know, you can of course turn the sound off, but for some reason it's not working with the computer synced up. But if you tap the screen, you can always pause it and unpause it and pause it and unpause it. Okay, so just really quick, you can see, oh cool, I can hover. So this is like your interface, right? Just real quick, home is, hey, I agree. So the home button, is going to take you to your following and your for you. So what's the difference between this? Okay, this is your news feed. Following is all the people that you follow. When you tap on following, you're going to be able to see the videos of all the people that you follow. For you, right? You've heard like hashtag FYP, hashtag for you page. That is basically content that TikTok believes you will enjoy watching. And sometimes you'll see people that you follow pop on the For You page, but sometimes you'll see new people. And I always, if I vibe with them, if I like their posts, I'm always following them. Dylan said this, and we know Dylan Maxwell Blau. Go follow him if you don't already. You know, he's got like 75,000 on TikTok. He's got over 200,000 on Instagram. He's just a beast, right? He said, and this totally changed my perception. Were you guys ever like me and you thought, oh, well, if I'm following too many people, like it's going to look weird. Like I don't want to follow too many people. You know, I want to make sure my follow and following ratio is like, you know, in check. Like there's no law that says you can or can't follow however many people that you want. So there's no limit on TikTok to how many people you can follow and how many people can follow you. Okay. And remember, your goal when you first get on, I should have made a slide about this. Your goal is to get on, create and post your first 1,000 videos and get to 1,000 as fast as you possibly can, because that unlocks the live feature. And we're going to talk about that in a second. So anyway, just wanted to clear that up. Okay, so then down at the bottom, just really quick. So your home takes you to your newsfeed. Discover, that's where you're gonna see like all the trending hashtags, right? So today, hyper fixated, that's a hashtag. Words of wisdom, what I learned, winter fit. So I always like to look at the trending hashtags, cozy at home, because like, for example, words of wisdom, we're all business people, right? How easy would it be for you to pick, maybe you have a daily devotion book, maybe you have a favorite quote. You could literally film yourself saying the quote, add some words, right? And that can be a piece of content. And you can do hashtag words of wisdom and people are going to love it. or maybe they won't. And maybe you try something different, right? But so I get a lot of inspiration from the daily hashtags. Here's what I will say about the hashtags. Don't worry too much about the hashtags. A lot, like when I first started, I was, like Dylan said, using 6 hashtags, two of the trending hashtags, which are the ones you find on the Discover page, and then 3 or 4 niche hashtags, right? But here's what I could say. Just don't worry too much about the hashtags. I really believe some of my best videos that I've posted I posted with no hashtag, and they've got 600 views. So play around with it. If you're posting 3 pieces of content a day, maybe do 1 with no hashtags, maybe do 1 with 2 or 3 hashtags, and 1 with the 6 hashtags, right? 2 of the trending and 3 or 4 of the niche hashtags. And by a niche hashtag, I mean, and this is up for debate, right? You'll get a different answer, but I believe you should try to find hashtags in your niche that are between like 40 and 80,000 people attached to the hashtag. So let me show you really, really quick what I mean. And by the way, you can search the hashtags in the Discover tab. So one of my favorite ones is this the one? No, that's not it. Mom content. But play around with it. You know what I mean? Play around with it. If you're posting 3 pieces of content a day, you'll have time to play around with it. And that's the mindset I want you guys to get into. Like, not like, oh, if I don't put the right hashtag on this video, it's good. No, just remember, this is an experimental app. So you have room and you've got time to experiment. Believe it or not, you're starting at like an opportune time. Like, yes, the app has 500 million monthly users, but it is like brand new, even though Gary Vee's been talking about it for years. This is the time. So that's why I want everybody to get in on this. So let's see. Well, let's come back to hashtags after, because I want to get into making the vision movie. But yeah, so when I look for a niche hashtag, I look for hashtags that have between like 20,000 and 80,000 people attached to the hashtag. And when you type it in and you tap on it, you saw, like when I typed on mom content, you can see there in the, oh, it just went up to 802 million views. So you can see how many people have viewed it. I look for that number to be between like 20 to 40,000, 60 to 80,000. Okay. But again, play around with it, because I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with this TikTok thing. I mean, I've grown, I'm posting consistently, I'm getting engagement. I mean, when I did my 2021 review, TikTok said I was a great dancer. They said it, I have the screenshot, and they said I was a good engager. I have the screenshot, I'm not making this up, they said it. But again, it's new. So, yes, maybe I'm right with my theory about how many views attached to the hashtag, and that's what you should use, but maybe I'm dead wrong about it. So we got to experiment. Okay. Don't be afraid to experiment. Okay. Just to finish up this quick review of your like interface here, the plus sign, that's where you're going to go to film content, and you'll see at the bottom, you can switch it from 15 seconds to 60 seconds. I love that you can make 15-second content and it can go viral. I mean, how amazing is that, especially for busy people? There's templates, and then of course, live. We're going to talk about that in a second. Maybe we'll go live on TikTok. Oh, that would be fun. You'll see upload. That's where your pictures are, right? Your camera roll. Effects. This is where we're going to find the green screen in a second. Yes, we don't have to go to Instagram. I figured out how to do it on here. And then on the side here, you're going to see you can flip the camera around. Okay. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. There's a beauty filter, beauty mode. There's filters, you can play around with those, although you don't need one. And then the timer, that's to choose the piece of music, like the section of music that you want attached with your film. And then the sounds up here at the top, this is where you find your sounds. So recommended, if you don't know what sounds to use, just use a recommended sound because those are the ones that are trending. But I'll give you a hint. Whenever I do, remember I mentioned that part of my DMO, I do the 15 minutes where I go find inspiration and I go and love on other people's stuff. So if I see a video, like, let's see. Let me give you an example here. So that was a really epic video. I really like that sound. So when I'm looking for inspiration, I'll tap the sound of that video. It's going to bring me to this, all the other videos that use that sound, which you can watch to get inspiration. And I'm going to add it to favorites. Or you can press use this sound and then go ahead and just record your video. When you hold it down, it's going to play the sound and allow you to record. So anyway, I like to store up favorite sounds and then I get inspiration for them. Like I stored a favorite sound a couple weeks ago. And then I was making a video the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, that sound would be perfect for this video. And this is the video I made. Because like I remembered that beat and I was like, oh, I wonder if that beat matches the orange juice dripping. And it did. So, you know, and I got a lot of good feedback on that video. So anyway, these are just some of the ways that my mind works when I'm on the TikTok app. By the way, are you guys able to hear the sound on when I play the videos? No. Okay. Well, sorry, I'm not going to mess around with that right now because I want to get into making these videos. So, okay, really quick, inbox, that's where all of your comments are going to be. This is where you can find watch parties, where you can watch lives, which we're going to talk about in a second. This is how I've grown. Hold on, y'all. And then, of course, me, that's where you find your feed. By the way, play around with your name. I changed my name from Caitlin to Shot of C because I was like, ooh, you know, I wanted to get this like positive vibe persona. And it worked. It's people react really well to it. And when I show up on lives, people are like, ooh, Shot of C, what does that mean? Which just makes it, so don't be afraid to play around with your name. There's no limit. Actually, I think there is a limit on how many times you can change it, but just be creative with it, right? And I think I might actually go ahead and change it when I get to like 5,000 to Boss Babe Kitchen, because I do a lot of Boss Babe Kitchen stuff, but don't be afraid to play around, okay? Just so you know, another thing, and where you're gonna edit all that, of course, is edit profile. You can change your photo, you can add a video, which I need to do. You can add a website, you can put things in your bio. So add your website, right? Or your freebie, the link to your freebie, and in your videos, drive people to, click the link in my bio for this freebie, right? And create content around that. How cool would that be? And just like Facebook, I wouldn't put the link to companies unless it's, I feel like for network marketing companies, it's just different, right? We don't want to put the link to the network marketing company, put the link to your freebie and then have the conversation with them, right? But like I know John and Nadia Melton, they do the link to their liquid collagen and they do a lot of videos around the liquid collagen and it works. So just play around with it, okay? You got to remember, you're going to make 1,000 videos. So you're going to have like a lot of room to play around. And just so you know, these 3 tabs right here, that's your news feed. This heart in the middle there, that's videos that you've liked. And the lock symbol, that is content that you've shot. So one of the things that I'll do is I'll shoot, like I did it with this video today. I'll shoot the content. I'll go to the 3 dots and I will, excuse me, I'll shoot the content, okay? I'll press the red check. This is where you can add words and sounds and effects. Whoa, that's weird. I'll go to next and I'll set everyone to private and then I'll post it. And then when I go to my content, it's there. And I can edit it. I can change the privacy to public, or like what I'll do is I'll go to the 3 dots, I'll save the video, and then I'll use that content like in, I'll create more content around it and post a better version of the video, right? So anyway, those are just some of the things that are important that have helped me to create content and to get to know the app. So let me stop sharing right here and let's get into this vision movie making, okay? So what I want you to do is, okay. One second, guys. Can you see the slides? Okay, so we're going to use, for this, creating this vision movie, we're going to use 2 main things to create this. Because again, I don't want us to be so concerned with it being like perfect. I just want to get some images in a movie, get some music behind it. You can always go back and make a different version. You can always go back and change it. But again, you want to have this mindset, not only for going into 21, like I'm not going to worry about it being perfect, but also for going into TikTok, like I'm not going to worry about every piece of content being perfect. I'm just going to get content out there so I can get familiar with the app, so that I can get, so I can see what people like and don't like that I put out there, right? And so that I can really build my following and get to 1,000 followers so I can use the live feature. So we're going to use this green screen effect. We're going to use Google to search and find images, and we can actually place ourselves in the images, which I think for the vision movie is going to be really ideal. The other thing, we're going to use music behind it. So this is a trick that I got from a multimillionaire. He said that whenever you are visualizing, okay, and this movie is visualization, but do this while you're visualizing your goals, like in the morning or at night or whenever you do it. You want to be playing some music in the background that incites emotion, because it makes it more real for your body. There's just something about a music score that makes you emotional, that when you're visualizing your goals, like is going to make it more real to your body and let it stick more. And I find that movie soundtracks are the best, right? Because like the one that I'm going to use is The Lion King and The Circle of Life. Because whenever I hear that song, I like cry, I smile, I'm like, yes, right? It's the circle of life. And Simba's like held up. So what can you think right now, like when I said that about a movie score, can you think of like a movie or something where the score of the movie, it just like makes you feel, you know, I mean, like think of Batman, the Batman movies, and the music playing in the background. It's like really dramatic, the instrumentals. So what song is it going to be for you? And I think you should think of a movie. It's probably going to be a Disney movie. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just think of a movie that the music was memorable, and let's set that to your vision movie, okay? All right, so, okay, we're gonna do this after. So let's get into go ahead and get your app ready. And so everyone has their goals, right? They're 9 or 10 goals. So we started to do this last night. So what I want you to do is, again, we're not focusing on perfection, we're focusing on getting content into this video. So I want you to look at your first goal, and I want you to think of how you can show that goal to yourself, to your mind, with an image, okay? And I want you to go ahead and in Google and search the image. So for example, let me share here so you guys can see it while I do it. Okay. I want these in the background. All right. I don't know how to change the background, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go in Google and I'm going to search, because one of my goals is to grow my cash investor network to 100 cash investors. So I'm going to go ahead and Google, and I'm going to, oh my goodness, sorry, y'all, my phone is like extra sensitive with this mirror image, or this mirror application. So real estate investors. So I'm going to search on Google real estate investors, and I'm going to go to images. And I'm just going to see what pops up, right? And I'm going to look for an image that, for right now, best describes growing my cash investor network to 100. So what's the goal that you're going to go search for right now? Go to Google, type it in, and tap images and find an image that best illustrates that goal. And we talked about this last night. I know this might be super simple for some people, but some people might not know how to do this. I know with iPhones, if you just press down and hold up, sometimes you can save the image. Other times you might have to screenshot it and then just crop it. But like, I'm going to use this image. And I'm just going to crop it and then save it to your camera roll. Okay. And go ahead and grab that. And then, and again, don't worry about it being perfect, because I really just want to show you guys how to do this and get some things, you know, get a piece of content created. You can always go back and create a part 2. You can always go back and redo it. Okay. So save that to your camera roll. Okay. So hopefully you found an image that illustrates the goal for you in your mind. So go back to your TikTok app. And you're going to go to the, let me just make sure that's saved in my camera roll. Okay. So go back to the TikTok app and you're going to go to the plus sign. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it over to 60 seconds because I know my vision movie is not going to be 15 seconds. So go ahead and slide over to 60 so you have a little bit more time to add images and okay. And then you're going to go to effects. And you'll see trending, new, green screen, interactive, editing. Go to green screen. And there's all these different green screen options for you to play around with. I mean, you can even You can even do like a little thought bubble and put the image inside it. So there's all different things for you to play around with. But let's just go with one of the most simple ones.
Caitlin, if you don't have green screen, how can you search it?
Okay, good question.
Thanks.
It's right beside the big red button in the middle. It says effects, and then this should come up.
Do you have this button right here, Mel? This effects button? So that's where it should be. Now, if you don't, if for some reason you can't find it, there is a way to do it on Instagram. Go to the Instagram app, do the green screen, save it to your camera roll, and then bring it over to TikTok, which I can show you how to do after if you can't find this one. But oh, where's my? Okay, but you should be able to go ahead and grab the picture from your camera roll. For some reason my camera roll is not showing the picture that I want it to show. Hold on one second. Give me a second, you all. Andrea, which green screen one are you using?
Well, you see, that's the thing. That's what I asked you yesterday. I have no idea because there are so many, and I don't know how to edit.
Okay. So for some reason, mine's not showing up in my, my images aren't showing up on TikTok, which this has happened to me before. And I talked about this yesterday, like sometimes I can't really explain it, but like when let's say I want to learn how to use something on TikTok, like when I wanted to learn how to, what did I want to learn how to do? Oh, I wanted to learn how to add sounds to my video. I Googled it. You literally can Google anything. There's tutorials for everything. And sometimes, I don't know, it's just like I can't do it on my phone. And sometimes I have to turn off the phone and restart it and then it works. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like just don't get frustrated with those things, right? Don't let that stuff keep you from making the video. Just do it without it or do it. Think of something slightly different to do, right? Don't let those little like glitches like right now stop you from putting the content out. Like I'll show you how I do it on Instagram. This is how I've done it on Instagram. When for whatever reason, the TikTok green screen feature isn't working on my phone. So I'll go into the Instagram app, and I understand this, you have to go to a separate platform, but TikTok does have the green screen. So in reality, if it was working, I would be able to just stay on the app and do it all there. But here's what I'll do. So I'll go to.
I just, I think I may have worked it out, because you go in and you select your photograph,
Yeah.
and then for some reason I had to sort of come back out of it and go back in, and then when you click on effects the second time, the picture that you selected, you'll then find it in the top bar.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure what photograph you downloaded, but yeah, that list up there at the top. So I actually came out with the green screen, and now my image that I downloaded is now, I can't show it to you. Maybe it's this. So my image.
I'm sorry.
My image is now, it's actually come on now, but I took off green screen and I just put in my image in the back. Is that what you mean that we're supposed to be doing?
Okay, so you took off the green screen effect.
Yeah. And I went into effects. I chose my picture, my vision that I want to visualize. So I want to publish a book. So I chose the image that I found from Google.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back into effects. Well, I actually tried to post it. It took me through to posting, but I didn't want to post it, and I cancelled that and I discarded it. But it saved the photograph. So when I clicked on effects again, it was automatically in there for me. So I then just selected it, and that became my backdrop instead of the green effect. It worked on my.
Yeah. No, and sometimes you just have to kind of play around with it like that. I mean, I know that's not what you want to hear, but let me show really quick though, if you can't figure out how to do that, because for whatever reason, mine's just not doing it right now. Let me show on Instagram really quick how I do it. I go to Instagram, I go to Reels, or excuse me, I go to Stories, okay? And see all these filters? I scroll over. This is how I originally did the green screen before I realized last night that TikTok had the green screen. And so that's kind of my point. Like, I don't know. Oh, you guys saw my fabulous outfit that I have on today. 2020. I don't know if 2021 is ready for me. So, but you just got to, I mean, we're all so new at this. You just got to kind of have patience with yourself and play around with it. So you go to stories, you go to the filters, scroll all the way over, go to browse effects, green screen, it might come up, or you can search it, search green screen. For me, it just popped up. And by the way, this is how you can do it on Instagram stories as well. Go to try it. Okay. And then you should see that add media. Okay, so add media and the picture pops up, right? And then what you can do, which I think is really cool, is you can put yourself in the picture. So, because what's a better way for your brain to visualize than for it to see an image of what you want in the future with you in it, right? So I'm gonna kind of angle my phone. I'm going to be that creepy person below the handshake, but I want to see the contract things though. So just get yourself in the picture. Okay. And then up here at the top is the save button, right? The arrow down with the line under it. Also, right here in stories, you could add words. So you can also just do this in TikTok, but I mean, since we're here in stories, you could go, you could add your goal, right? So you could do, let me change the font. So create a network of, I'm missing, build a network of 100 cash investors for, I'm sorry, y'all, my screen is being so sensitive. So I'm just writing my goal and placing the goal in the image, right? Okay. It's like a sleeping baby, like, no, don't wake the baby. Okay. So there we go. That is like the template for my first goal, right? My first big goal. So then I'm going to save that. The other thing you can do, just so you know, is let's say you wanted, let's say you want it not to just flash really quick, because when I put this into, when I put this image into a TikTok video, it's gonna like flash and then move on to the next image, right? I think actually I might be able to time it to slow it down, but just to be sure, what you could do is, hold on one second, you guys. I'm trying to get myself out of the image. So it's just that picture, which I was able to do before. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. So I just tapped on me and it made me disappear. So watch what I'm going to do. Because I just want to, I just want this, right? Just the picture of the contract with the handshake. And again, just insert your picture. This isn't, these aren't, my goals don't represent your goals, but I'm going to hold down the, like I'm recording. Okay, I think it's not letting me because I'm doing this mirror cast and just some of the features aren't working the way. But if I held it down like I was recording for like say 10 seconds, you can then save that recording of the image, right? Of the still image to your camera roll. And then you can, we can put that into our, we can put that into our vision movie for you to just kind of like look at it for 10 seconds, right? You could even add other words within those 10 seconds in the TikTok app that, you know, maybe for a second it flashes. You know, this would be something really cool. What are like the mini goals that are going to help you get to that big goal? You could put those words like, I know I'm going to have to do 10 phone calls a day, right, to cash investors in order to get to my goal of 100, of building this 100-person cash investor network. So while that still of this image is playing in the vision movie, you could put those like mini goals that break down to get to that bigger goal in words and let yourself see that every day. Okay, so let's go ahead and do one more let's create like one more of these, and then I'm going to show you how to put it into the movie with the music. And then you guys can kind of take it and run with it and finish and do the rest of your goals. Okay. And I am going to share with you how I got to 1K. And I think maybe we'll go live really quick if you guys want. I don't know, maybe we'll be able to, it might not let us. So, okay. So go back to Google, and I want you to literally do the same thing we just did with your next goal, right? So for me, it's move out of the house and get this this condo pretty much across the street. So I'm going to go ahead and find that condo. Again, for you, Google whatever image is going to represent your next goal. Do that now. And then we'll go through the green screen effect one more time, just so you know how to do it. And then we'll go ahead and put it in the movie together. And I will, I'll stick around at the end if you have any questions, and I can literally show you how to do it, right? So if you have any questions, just wait till the end and you can ask me. All right, so just go ahead and find your image. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I actually found an image like inside the condos. So I'm going to use that if my phone lets me. So we're gonna either save the image or screenshot it and crop it, right? Okay, and then as soon as you grab that, go back to your green screen. And I'm just using Instagram just because at this point, it's just easier for me to do that instead of whatever's going on with TikTok. But again, you can always play around with it, right? So once again, really quick, how I did this on Instagram is I opened the app, I go to stories, like I'm creating a new story, right, with the plus sign at the top. And then you select, you scroll it over to story. There's post, story, reels, live. You scroll it over to stories. Scroll over with the filters to browse effects, search green screen. At this point, it's probably going to come up for you, but. And I chose the green screen by Instagram because there's a couple different options. And then add media. Oh, and when you double tap the screen, that's when you appear. When you double tap again, you disappear. So. Get yourself into that picture. I mean, how cool is that? It looks like I am literally living in that condo. Save it to your camera roll. I'm going to try something really quick. Yeah, so you also could do the green screen with you in the image. Hold, again, I'm not able to do it because of the Miracast that I'm using. It's just not letting me do that. It's not letting me record that with the Miracast going. But if I was off the Miracast, I'd be able to hold down this record button like you normally record a story or a live or whatever you're doing. And you could literally record yourself like, hey, walking around my apartment. There's my room, there's my couch, there's the view, right? Like film yourself doing that, right? And film it for like 10 seconds and we can put that into the VisionCast movie. So you can do the green screen with or without you, either still picture with or without you, recording with or without you. Okay. So do you see, this is really simple. I mean, you know, now you could get really creative with this and you could go ahead and like in iMovie, you know, edit yourself into a clip and save that and, you know, take the clip and then put that into, you can literally do, but I just want you to literally go through, do this with all of your goals, find the image, get yourself in the image, or just do it without you in the image, set it to some music, and let's get you a vision movie going that you can start watching today. That's helping your mind see your goals. If you want to get fancy with it, you know, and take it to the next level, please, by all means, do that later. But I just want to kind of get something down and get this created for you. So you're literally going to go and do what we just did with the 2 goals with all your goals. Okay. Okay, so let's put it into the vision movie so far, and then you guys can run with it. You can take it away, do the rest of it on your own time. And I mean, although I would love to sit here and do it with you, I feel like we all probably need to get on with our days. So I want to be, you know, respectful of everyone's time. It's 3:19. Plus I want to show you how I grew. Okay, so I'm going to open my TikTok app. So we're going to create the vision movie. We're going to go to plus. Oh, there's Dylan. He's on my For You page. Okay, so okay, it's going to let me record. So you could start it off with yourself say, I mean, you could either just go right into the images, right, and just start uploading the images. Oh no, where are those images? Let me try to restart my phone really quick because I think my phone is just, it also may just be my phone. Okay, so don't freak out. You might not have as many glitches as I'm having. Okay. Let me get it started again. Does anyone have any questions so far you want to ask just while I'm restarting this?
Yeah, how do you edit a video that you already uploaded?
Oh, okay. So good question. Let's do that before we create the vision movie really quick. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. Okay. So I'm trying to think of an example that I can use. Let me share my screen. So like when I do my food tutorials, right? Like this one that I made yesterday. I literally, when I was making that, I filmed like as I was going along, so that when I went to upload it and put the words and the effects and everything like that, it was in the order I wanted it to be, which makes it a little bit easier. Now, you know, you may not, so let's say that you were doing like a skit or something, right? To make it easy on yourself, what I would do is in my mind, plan out how you were going to do it and then just film it as you were going in the order that you wanted it to go, so that you didn't have to mess around with like splicing it and editing it. But let's say that you, let's say that's not how it goes and you need to edit it. So what you can do is you can film it, right? So you'll let me use this video as an example. I would film it and I would do what I said to do. Go ahead and post it. Well, you can either save it to your camera roll or you can just post it as private. And then when you're ready to edit, you can either save video, or if it's already in your camera roll, you can take it and there it is. You can take it and edit it, and like, you know, using the little editing tool, you can edit the part that you need, right? And just save that clip to your phone. And then when you have the different pieces of the video, just go to the plus sign, go to upload, and select the different pieces in the order that you want them to show up. Does that make sense? And then you can add transitions, you can add effects, you can, so like,
Okay,
let me do it with the Vision Movie, because then I can show you how to add the effects and stuff. Go ahead, Andrea.
Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good.
What I was wondering is, like, once you post it and you have the hashtags and everything, and if you made a typo or you want to tag somebody after the fact, how do you do that?
Oh yeah.
Or how do you write something? Like right now I have a video up and it doesn't have a subtitle, like it doesn't have a title up on top or whatever, right? So people just see me doing a duet with somebody, but they don't know what it is about, right? So it's not as eye-catchy. So how do I add something after the fact?
Okay, good question. So it's really weird. You can't. So what you can do is go ahead and save the video to your camera roll, upload it again, and add in whatever. So basically redo the video and add whatever you want and just repost it. But here's the deal.
Okay.
here's the really cool thing. When you do that, it might do better than it did the first time. No one's going to be mad at you for
Really?
doing that. Oh yeah. And you can play around. Like, did you not use a hashtag in that first one? Try using a hashtag in this one, right? Or if you used hashtags in that one, try not using a hashtag in this one, right?
So just repost. That's
Yeah.
all you do?
Yeah, it's really weird how you can't, after you pressed post, you cannot go back and edit. I've tried. It's really weird. It's not like Facebook. Facebook, you can go back and edit, right? The title, and you can go in and edit that stuff. But with TikTok, for some reason, you can't. But it's all good because it will just get you closer to your 1,000 pieces of content. Okay, so
I only have 21, so.
well, that's awesome. Because there's a lot of people that are struggling to, you know, even post once. So, I mean, and you might think like, oh, you know, just do yourself a favor and just don't get comparatitis. Because here's the thing. You don't know if that person that you're comparing yourself to has an editor, has a team, has a, who knows what they have or what they've been through that like allows them to do whatever it is you think is so great that they're doing. So just give yourself that grace, because again, if you're just beating yourself up, I mean, that's no fun, you know? And that's where like social media gets really, really draining, and, you know, where we're not able to enjoy it. And I don't know about you, but for me, that just is like misery. We've got to enjoy social media, because that's where like when people say to me, oh, like, how are you getting engagement? How are you getting this? How are you getting that? Like, I love doing my Boss Babe Kitchen videos. I just love it. I love whenever I get a comment from somebody on TikTok, I just feel like a really good vibe. So I love, like, I almost put on that persona when I'm commenting back, and I'm like, I am going to make this person's day with this comment that I'm going to leave for them. So I'm bringing that energy to it. And, you know, I mean, any person, right, that you know that's successful doing this, they're bringing a different energy than anyone else to their lives, to their posts, to their, right? So what's the energy that you're going to bring? And that's why you want to do the 1,000 videos, because you want to figure out like, what do you show up doing that you get lit up about? You know, like for me, it's the food videos, because I'm like, well, if someone could just see this and add mushrooms to their ramen, fresh mushrooms and scallions, oh my gosh, that could change their health. Instead of them just eating ramen all the time, nasty, salty ramen, they're going to add some fresh mushrooms. I know that's going to get them some vitamins. I better post this video, you know, and I better make it look good, because that could change their life, right? So anyway, just, and that's what, let me just really quick do this. And then we'll put the vision movie together. That's how I got to 1,000 fast, is focus and intention. So I was just like, I'm going to get to 1,000. I don't care who is in that 1,000, because here's something really cool. First of all, you don't have a limit on how many people you can follow or that can follow you. So if the first 1,000 aren't exactly your niche, it's okay, right? You're getting to 1,000 followers to unlock the live feature, because that's going to get you closer to your audience. But here's the other thing. If you are posting 3 times a day, certain types of content, right? It's going to attract certain types of people. Positive people, probably. Moms, probably. Positive moms, right? That's starting to niche down, right? Positive moms that like healthy cooking, that's getting even more niche down. Positive moms that that like healthy cooking that are mompreneurs. Now that's my niche, right? And so I'm putting that out there. I'm attracting those people to me. They're going to start showing up. I promise you, not right away, but they will start showing up. Like I'm starting to get a lot of moms on my content that like healthy cooking and then are mompreneurs. But when you do what I say and carve out that time every day and go love on other people's stuff and get inspiration from other people, who are you going to be attracted to? You're going to be attracted to your niche, right? Because your niche is you. 9 times out of 10. I guess for some people it might be, you might be like an elevated version of your niche, right? But your niche should be where you were, what, a year, 5 years, 10 years ago, and you're helping your niche get to where you are now. So when you're loving on people's stuff and getting inspiration, you're going to be, like I say here, show love. If you like a video, just get in the habit of liking it and leaving a comment. Make it a habit. Always reply to comments left on your post with enthusiasm. Remember, I talked about putting on that persona like, oh, I'm going to bring it with the energy on this comment. I'm going to make this person's day. Like, don't be afraid to go over the top because you want to show, you want to stand out, right? Also get in the habit of sharing videos you love. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And if there's somebody you want to connect with, duet them. What better way to get their attention than do a duet with them? Some people don't always slide over the duet feature, so sometimes you can't do it. But if you notice someone, you really want to connect with somebody and they don't allow you to duet them because you have to slide over the toggle or you can't do it, you can always DM them. Or you could share their video. They're going to notice if you're sharing their videos, right? So how can you get people's attention? So my point is that when you're getting to 1,000 and you're not really concerned of who those 1,000 people are, just naturally, you're gonna start attracting who you want to attract. And what will happen is TikTok will start hand delivering you. I've talked about this before. Facebook does it. They'll start hand delivering you leads. When you go to the inbox and you scroll all the way down, like look at this. You scroll past your comments. Let me put this back so you can see. Every single day, TikTok delivers me 20 or so leads that are my niche. Here, let me show you. Facebook does it too, if you pay attention.
Those are the ones that you should be following?
Yeah, I do. So watch. And here's the thing about TikTok. When you follow people, they usually follow you back. If you're doing these things that I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to go to your, they're going to look at.
I'm still in TikTok jail. I can't follow anybody. It says you following too fast.
How long has that been like that? For a couple hours or more than
Yesterday.
a day? Okay, you should.
It's been more than a day now.
You should be good pretty soon here. But yeah, that can happen. Just try to, I mean, I followed like 50 people in one sitting. So just try to split it up, right?
Well, yesterday that duet that I did is like 18,000 views. So I got a lot of follows and I can't follow them back because I started following and I went up to like over 300 followers in an hour. And they said, no, you're following too fast.
Yeah. I would say
So
keep it below like 50 follows in one sitting and you should be good. But check this out. When I go to that inbox tab and I scroll past my, the comment, the comments on my posts and things and the responses to my comments that I made. You see where it says suggested accounts? And look at these women.
Mm-hmm.
These are my niche. 9 times out of 10, they're moms. Single mom. See that? 9 times out of 10, I would say 7 out of 10 times they're a single mom, which is my niche. TikTok found those for me. So anyway, and then grow parties and posts. So grow parties are when you go to the inbox tab, all the way at the top, you'll see all the people that are live. And like, look, Mia Smith, she's doing a grow party. So find that I have a couple people that I'll engage in their grow parties. I just like them, right? And I feel like they're my kind of people, so they attract my kind of people. So I'll go to her grow party and you literally just go on, you say, hey, right? And you just go on and you follow the people in the comments. Another person who helped me grow a lot is someone named @Steckler. He's really, really awesome. I also have like a couple people that I just love being on their lives. Again, they're moms. I really like them. So anytime I see them live, I'll just say, hey, pop on and say, hey, to develop that relationship. But this guy, he helped me grow a lot. He's amazing. He'll do grow posts. So basically he'll make a post. He will say, okay, go ahead and like this, make sure you're following me, leave a comment, and anyone who grabs your comment, go ahead and follow them, right? And usually when you follow them, they'll follow you back. Well, actually, they're already following you because when they comment, they know to follow you. And the way that you see like the people that are, let me show you. So it's going to pop up in your notifications when people like your thing. Okay, so this one, here's an example. So you see, I liked it. I was following him. I left a comment. So 230 people loved on my comment. That's 230 people that followed me, supposedly. So then so see how in my notifications it says Study Talk, Hannah, Joletta, and 198 others liked your comment. So when I type, like, if you tap over near Study Talk, it might go to this list, but it might just tap till you get to this list. And then look, these are all people that I need to follow because they followed me. So grow parties and grow posts, don't get too caught up with them. Find, 2 or 3 grow parties that there's people that anytime they go live, they just do a grow party. That's like their thing, right? Find like 2 or 3 that you enjoy. And when you see them go live, get on and grow, do the grow party with them. The posts, find 1 or 2 people that do grow posts, and whenever they pop up on your For You page, or maybe you go to look for them once or twice a week and you engage and you grow with the grow post. Don't get obsessed with it, but just make it part of like your DMO. So let's see. Okay, so here is, so let me see if this is going to let me put this. So what's happening is my camera roll is not letting me select the images. Like it's showing up that the images are there, but it's not letting me select them for some reason, which is frustrating. But let me show you how you would put these images. So Donna, are you able to to create your vision movie? Are you able to hit the plus and then add one of your images that you made?
Yeah, I did that when we were doing it. I actually, I hit the plus, and I wanted to know, well, how do you join them together? So I've joined videos and images. So I've got I did have 3, but I cancelled it off because we moved on to doing something else. But yeah.
Okay, good. So exactly, that's what you want to do. You just want to, and you can even do like an intro. You can film yourself in the beginning. Here's my 2020, right? And then next, add the image, add the video, add the image. You can, there's transitions, there's effects. You can play around with those. And this is going to be after you upload everything. You can add transitions, you can add effects like in between the images just to kind of make it flow smoothly. You can add words, like we talked about. Remember how I put in words my goal? You can add that. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do with this. Really quick, I want to just give you something to look forward to, because when you get to 1K, you're going to go live. And again, this is just, I really like that TikTok incentivized it and didn't just give the feature to everyone, because you can really do a lot with it. I mean, for your 1,000, you could do a giveaway, right? You could say, I'm going to do a giveaway because I just hit 1,000. You know, make sure you're following me, like this post, tag someone that wants to win whatever you're giving away. It could be a coaching call. It could be a case of your favorite, whatever it is, right? It doesn't have to be expensive, or it could be something big, whatever you want to do. And then you could go live and announce the winner a couple days later, right? And I mean, how cool would that be? So leverage it. Like, I know some girls that they're not going live until they hit 100,000. Is that going to be you? I don't know. Alert your audience. So make a TikTok the night before, the day of, and just say, hey, I'm going live, right? I'm going to be going live today, because that's going to alert your audience that you're going live, and they'll be more likely to look out for it. Also, I've seen when people go live, I've seen people do mentioned you as the title. So when you get the alert, it says mentioned you. And I just thought that's a pretty cool title to use, because they're going to get that alert and be like, oh, she mentioned me. Like, obviously they're going to click on it. So you can play around with stuff like that. What will
Transition, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Okay, go to, okay. So let's say I do. I know this is like the most annoying image, but okay, so let's say okay, by the way, I liked when I add the sound. So when you first put the images together, when you add images together, it's going to show you this screen, right? And you can add sounds, suggested, or you can search, and PS, that's where the favorites pop up. So you could add them that way. I like to do it. And by the way, if you press default, that's just going to be the original sound when you shot the video. You can also speed it up here, right? Or slow it down. When I go to next, this is where the transitions are going to be. This is where I normally like to add sounds. And by the way, add a trending sound, even if you're going to turn it all the way down and use the original audio, because let's say, the trending sound will show up, but you won't hear it, and it will get you into the algorithm more. It will make you more popular. Maybe it won't, but it can't hurt. And then, so you can turn the added sound down and turn the original sound up. Or maybe you don't want the original sound to show at all. You can turn the original sound all the way down, or maybe have it show through a little bit, and then you can turn the added sound up, you know, to 50 or 60 or whatever it's going to be. So for transitions, you go to effects, and you'll see visual, effects, transitions, split, time. I haven't really played around with split and time. Oh, I have played around with split, actually. Split will split you into 2 or 9 or, and if you hold it down, it will make it last longer. If you just tap it, it will just split it for a quick second. So that can be a cool transition, right? Split into 9 and then back to 1. Or you can do the transitions like turn TV on, right? Or the horizontal or the scroll transition, right? And usually the way I do this is after I add the sound, after I've got all the images, I'll press play and kind of watch it and be like, okay, where do I want to transition? Where do I want to put it? I'll get an idea for it in my mind. And then when it's going back, I'll be like, oh, okay, I wanted to scroll there. I wanted to rotate there, right?
Can you share your screen?
It's not shared? You can't see my screen? Oh gosh. Talking all this time and there's no, I wonder why. Let's see. It showed it was sharing it. That's weird. Okay. Can you see it? You see my iPhone? Okay. Okay, cool. So we've got the video. Maybe you added the sound, right? Oh, and by the way, when you're adding the sound, this little musical note with the scissors, that if you tap it, you can drag, you know, what portion of the song you want in your video clip. So you can play around with that. And then you hit the red check to set it. We talked about volume, original sound, and added sound. Use trending sounds, even if the sound is not gonna, even if it's just gonna show trending sound, but you're not gonna hear it. Always try to add that because it will help you, it'll help get you into the algorithm. Especially if you're just doing like a talking video, just go ahead and maybe turn that trending sound up to like 2 or 3 and let it play in the background. Okay, so for transitions, hit effects. And so again, this is where I'll play it and I'll let it play through and just kind of get an idea where I want a transition. Maybe it's like a certain beat that drops or a certain, you know, maybe it's the going from one image to another. And so for transitions, like I'll let it play through, and then I'll let it play through again. I'll be like, oh, I want a scroll there. I want to turn the TV off there and turn the TV on in the beginning, right? And then for the split, that's where you can split the screen into like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. And so I'm like, okay, there's a certain beat where I want it to split to 9. So you either tap it and it splits really quick and then goes back to the image, or you hold it. You hold it and it will do the 9-person split for however long you hold it for. Effects are also kind of cool. You can do like time warp, you know, mess with your face. I mean, there's some cool things that you can do. Just mess around with it. Then there's these visual effects, and like you've seen people do like the bling, right? With the, so if you hold that down, it will apply the bling feature. Sometimes the bling feature doesn't work like exactly how you maybe see other people see it work for other people. I've done videos where I've applied it and it doesn't really show up on anything except the TikTok logo. So, but does that answer your question, Donna? I mean, again, this is all on the app, so you can play around with it and you'll get really good at it after you've done it a couple times, I promise. Okay, this will not be a piece of content, unfortunately. Okay, so what other questions? I think we're gonna start to wrap up. But I hope this at least inspired you to like get on the app, you know, and just understand that you're going to get really, really good at this. If your goal is post 1,000 videos, get to 1,000, right? To unlock the live feature. And, you know, one thing I wanted to share was I get a lot of inspiration from watching others. Don't be afraid to get inspired by others. And for some reason on TikTok, it's okay to copy other people's thing. Like trending videos are literally people doing the exact same dance, music, saying whatever over and over again with you. And it's unique because you're the one doing it, right? So the other day, I was getting some inspiration and I saw this, one of my favorite influencers and this other kind of funny influencer doing this dice roll walk. And I was going to the store and I was like, ooh, you know, it's morning time. Maybe I'll go shoot a video up at that hotel up there because it looks cool really quick doing the dice roll walk. So after I went to the store, I went up to the hotel, propped my camera up and just did the video like it was 5 minutes. And, you know, that was one of my pieces of content for the day. So my point is that get inspired again. This is a creative app. This is an experimental app. Experiment with it. Don't be afraid. A lot of good is going to come out of you experimenting. And guess what? It's going to make social media fun again because, you know, Facebook and Instagram, it's just, I don't know about you all, but for me, it's not fun. And I'm just not, I want to have fun in 2021, getting to our goals. I want to work hard, make it happen. But we got it. One of the things that stuck with me so hard from our time with Andrea the other day was, and she said, in order to get to where you need to be, you've got to enjoy the journey. Okay, so TikTok's going to help you do that, I promise.